Three big stories up front. Grok 4.6 and Grokbot launch. DeepSeek V4 Pro goes live. Alibaba Quinn 3.8 Max open sourced. We have all 34 stories today, so let's get into the details. XAI just dropped Grok 4.6, packing a 500K context window and multimodal inputs. It tied GPT 5.6 Sol with a score of 61 on the AA Intelligence Index and grabbed second place on the GDP VLA's AV2 benchmark at 1753 ELO. To sweeten the deal, XAI is pricing the API at $2 per million input and $6 output, undercutting competitors by over 60%. They also launched Grokbot, a cloud-based agent that logs into third-party apps to automate your workflow. Finally, an AI agent that can do your actual work while you pretend to work. Not to be outdone in the agent race, DeepSeek launched V4 Pro. This massive 1.6 trillion parameter MoE model supports a 1 million token context window and image inputs. Its coding agent capabilities skyrocketed on the DeepSeek benchmark, jumping from a preview score of 12.8 to a massive 62.7. Alongside the model, they open-sourced DeepSeek Harness v0.1, a Cordis-based microkernel framework that lets developers hot-plug models, tools, and sandboxes. It seems open source is making proprietary giants look incredibly slow and overpriced. Meanwhile, Alibaba is dropping massive weights. The Quinn team open-sourced QWN 3.8-Max, a 2.4 trillion parameter model with 95 billion active parameters and a native 262K context. It scored a stellar 93 on Paperbench and crushed agent tasks on OS World. If a 397GB file sounds too heavy, Unsloth used 1-bit quantization to shrink it by 91%, making local deployment actually feasible. Now you just need to explain to your boss why you bought a supercomputer. Google is taking a different route. DeepMind introduced SL2T, a sign language to text model launching on Pixel 11's Gboard and Live Transcribe. It scored an impressive 70 blurt zero shot on the FLIR's ASL translation benchmark. To keep things private, the system uses MediaPipe Holistic to extract body pose coordinates locally, sending only geometric data to the cloud for real-time translation into English. It is refreshing to see Google processing data locally instead of hoarding your video feeds. Over in the stealth world, rumors suggest Ilya Sutskever's SSI is building a small reasoning engine based on test-time training. Instead of relying on static context windows, this model updates its weights in real time via gradient descent during inference to adapt to unfamiliar data. This approach enables highly sample-efficient continuous learning, allowing a small model to compete directly with massive, resource-heavy giants. Turns out you do not need giant models if your AI actually learns on the fly. Next up, some notable shifts across the industry. Moving to physical AI, Dyna Robotics released Dyna 2, a world action model pre-trained on 1 million hours of first-person human video. It proves scaling laws enable cross-body generalization on unseen robots. Finally, robots might stop bumping into walls. In the audio space, Xiaohongshu and Shanghai Jiaotong University open-sourced dots.tts. This 2 billion parameter model uses continuous latent space autoregression to prevent audio quality loss. It hits SOTA on seed TTS eval and supports dual stream interaction. Meanwhile, Microsoft is desperate. They launched MAI Code 1.1 Flash, optimizing token usage for CLI and agent tasks. To fight Anthropic, they slashed GitHub API prices by 75%, down to 20 cents per million input tokens. Buying market share is one way to compete. Alibaba Security launched UVion VL, a multimodal safety model using contrastive learning to mine hard negative samples. Its tiny 8B version reportedly beat commercial giants like GPT 5.4 on safety benchmarks, proving size isn't everything. Moving from AI safety to AI psychology, Oxford and NUS introduced the Mind World Model Framework. By integrating beliefs, goals, and emotions into the world state, their Mentis system significantly improved F1 scores in predicting human decisions compared to purely physical models. Peking University researchers published ContactSeek in Nature, an AI framework using AlphaFold 3 contact probability to optimize gene editors. It successfully identified key contact residues in Cas protein nucleic acid interactions to design high-fidelity base editor variants. Meanwhile, in cybersecurity nightmares, open-source tool LiTelM suffered a massive PIPI supply chain attack. Hackers stole 195 terabytes of API tokens and SSH keys from 2,500 companies in just 40 minutes. Move fast and break security. Over at Apple, the tech giant is negotiating to pay major news publishers for their content. The goal is to secure compliant, real-time data for Siri to answer questions and generate summaries. Apparently, making Siri smart actually costs money. Google unveiled the Pixel 11 series powered by the Tensor G6 chip and Deep Gemini integration. It features real-time American Sign Language translation, Rambler voice input for casual speech, and health tracking linked with the Pixel Watch 5. Not to be outdone in enterprise tech, iFlyTech launched an AI agent matrix covering 7 core scenarios like IT workflow and supply chain. The lineup includes a compliance audit agent and their hyper-realistic Spark OS agent, aiming to deliver actual business results. Former ByteDance robotics head Kong Tao has joined Xiaomi to lead its new embodied AI and application department. Xiaomi's massive human car home ecosystem and smart car factories were the key bait to land the Tsinghua Computer Science PhD. Canva slashed its revenue growth forecast to 20% because AI compute costs are skyrocketing. Turns out users actually wanted to use their AI tools, forcing them to throttle features and rewrite code to survive. Guess popularity is expensive. Now let's turn to new tools worth trying. While Canva rewrites code, Llama Index launched Extract Bench to test document extraction. They also dropped Llama Extract Agentic Plus, which uses chunked iterative processing to fix long document recall issues, hitting a 96.1% F1 score. Over at OpenAI, the new ChatGPT work and sites tools integrate Google Drive, NetSuite, and Slack. Users can automate quarterly financial audits and spin up interactive data dashboards with simple text prompts. Corporate accounting just got automated. For personal networks, Automatic's CRM tool Mesh, formerly Clay, is now on Android. It supports split screen, integrates with Beeper, and uses its Nexus AI to search your contacts for specific experts using natural language. Moving on to what's new on the research side. DeepLearning.ai and JetBrains launched a course on building Python applications using subagents and local open-source coding models. IIT Bombay and Adobe Research developed PTP, a method that reconstructs LLM system prompts and private user data without accessing model weights. The OpenMOS team open-sourced World Critics Model, a framework predicting future latent states to boost reinforcement learning efficiency for real-world robots. CentOS founder Gregory Kurtzer launched OpenWaldo, a transparent AI training dataset featuring 167.3 billion public domain and academic tokens. Next up, the business moves. Swedish no-code platform Lovable raised $400 million in a Series C led by Menlo Ventures, doubling its valuation to $13.3 billion in 7 months. With $600 million in ARR, users can build and launch apps end-to-end. Guess coding is dead, again. While startups build, PE firm Thrive Holdings raised $2 billion to buy traditional accounting and IT firms, stuffing them with OpenAI models. Now valued at $12 billion, they are targeting physical asset supervision next. Just AI wrapping your local accountant. Underneath all this software lies hardware. IBM and Together AI signed a $240 million deal to lease 2,000 NVIDIA Blackwell B300 chips on IBM Cloud. The cluster will power inference for open-source models like DeepSeek and Kimi. IBM Cloud is actually relevant again. Now let's turn to what the community's been talking about. But expensive models are hitting walls. Ramp data shows Fable 5 grabbed just 11.4% of Anthropic's spend in month 1 due to its high price. Maybe we don't need heavy frameworks. After Opus 5 cleared ArcAGI 3 by writing 269 programs, developers argue that complex agent harnesses now limit reasoning models. As agents evolve, regulators are panicking. The Royal Statistical Society warns static compliance fails for dynamic AI, urging continuous statistical auditing in real business scenarios. Unchecked automation has real-world costs. A farmer lost 25 acres of crops after an AI hallucination recommended a chemical that killed the harvest along with the weeds. And finally, a few more stories worth mentioning. Yet, AI still works in factories. Kellanova spent $5 million on a Siemens digital twin to optimize potato mash, cutting waste by 13%. Unitree's Star Market IPO hit a record low 0.018% winning rate, with DeepSeek joining as a strategic investor for embodied AI R&D. Following that momentum, Suno partnered with BMG while creators protested its mandatory, irreversible digital watermarks over copyright surveillance fears. That's all 34 stories for today. We publish a new briefing every day, so hit follow and you won't miss one. This has been Rebabel. See you tomorrow.